The gospel for today's readings is Matthew 5, 1 to 12. That is to say, Matthew's version of the Beatitudes. Blessed are the poor in spirit, and so forth. And it can be a little counterintuitive to us when we're reading the Beatitudes, whether in Matthew or in Luke, as to understand what's the blessing. To be in mourning, to be poor in spirit or otherwise, to be downtrodden, to be one of the marginalized, and that sort of thing, because it looks like the people Jesus is talking about are missing something. And so where's the blessing in that? And the blessing is precisely in the fact that, yes, something is missing. And the fact that something is missing leaves room for God to operate in the lives of the poor, of the downtrodden, of the those who are despairing, those who are marginalized, those who are, as the psalm says, those who are in prison, God sets them free. Those who are blind, God gives them sight, and so forth. The blessing in the Beatitudes is that we're not full of ourselves. We aren't totally self-sustained and self-sustaining, because, of course, that's the truth. That's our reality. No matter how comfortable we might be or how self-satisfied we might be, the fact is we're radically dependent on the God who made us. And those who find themselves in a situation of lack, those who are mourning, those who are poor in spirit, and so forth, have got room in their lives for God to operate, and therein lies the blessing. All four of the readings, the first reading, the Psalm, the second reading, and of course Matthew, attest to this reality that God loves the poor, God loves the marginalized, God loves the prisoners, God loves the lame and the weak and the blind and so forth, in a special way, because God can bless them in a special way. It doesn't mean that God doesn't love the rest of us, people who find themselves in good health and in good financial conditions and all the rest of it. It just means that there's room. There's room. If something is missing in our lives, there's room for us to turn to God, to realize, okay, this life it's not all that. It's not all that. At least not unless God is in it. And so there's room for God to operate, for God to come into our lives and to fulfill our lives in the way that only God can. And all four of the readings today, as I say, the reading from Zephaniah, Psalm 146, the reading from 1 Corinthians, and Matthew, attest to this reality, that if we are missing something and are aware of it, there is room for us to turn to God and be fulfilled. This has been the bullet point homily for the fourth Sunday of Ordinary Time, Cycle A. Thanks for joining us, and take good care. God bless.